go? Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this evening's Danvers Zoning Board of Appeals. We are now in session. I would ask that you please take a moment to silence your mobile devices or cell phones so we're not interrupted. I'll start by introducing our board members. Down to my right is Becky Kilborn, one of our alternates, Corrine Doherty. Our clerk tonight is Ken Scholes, myself, John Bauer, as the chair. To my left is Ken Jarvinen, and to my far left is Chris Dembowski. And from our planning staff, our planning director, Mr. Brian Zakelli. I'll take a minute just to explain our process. The clerk will read your case into the record. I would ask that at that point the applicants go to the podium, announce who you are, tell us what you'd like to do. From there, once you're complete with your presentation, I'll bring it back to the board. The board will ask questions of you. And from that point, once we have finished asking our questions, we will open it up to the public to make comments or ask questions through the chairman. Once we've finished with public comment, we'll come back to the board and we'll deliberate. And based on those deliberations, you'll get a feeling of which way the board's going, and we'll give you your options at that point. And with that said, members, we have been in receipt of minutes dated. We have 3 sets of minutes tonight. We have minutes from October 6th, October 20th, and from our last meeting on November 10th. If I could get a motion on those minutes.
Motion to approve?
And a second.
Second.
Okay. I got a second for the Kens. I got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. And opposed? Very good. And with that said, we just have 2 new cases tonight, and we have 1 continued case. And Mr. Clerk, if we could start with our first continued case.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Our first case is 153 Andover Street. This is Route 114A zoning district. Request a special permit to allow for a contractor's storage yard to be operated at the address listed above. Additionally, the applicant requests 2 storage containers to be placed on the property for more than 180 days. The request is made by Interstate Property Management, care of the owner, Preza Abruzzo, LLC, docket 25-5112.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. For the record, my name is Anthony Cogliano, 310 Lincoln Ave in Saugus. A couple of things have changed since I first came to the board. We are no longer requesting a contractor's yard at the site. We're just simply requesting 2 storage containers. I had met with Mr. Zakelli, Mr. Cassidy here at Town Hall, and we discussed not having a need for the contractor's yard. We're not going to have any heavy equipment on site. The tenants that park there are all tenants of the building. They all have office space there, and this is simply the storage of their vehicles on the property. The containers would contain lawnmowers and equipment for the landscape contractor that rents from us. I had a couple other landscape contractors that were on the property that their leases expired, and I did not renew them. They weren't keeping their area clean. And since the first time I was here, I have a healthy relationship with the neighbors that were here that night. Anytime there's a concern, they call me. I come right up there and take care of it. There's been some dumping of trash in the property. I seem to have a good handle on that. I have someone that goes out there and checks on a daily basis. We've had some vehicles on the property that I've had removed. I think the property as of today looks much better than it ever has in the backyard. And I walked the area along the brook behind Lowe's today and took some trash out of there, but nothing compared to what was happening before. We've curbed the homeless problem that was there. They're all moved on, and I think we're in pretty good standing today. But have any questions for me?
Very good. Well, thank you. I know it's been a few meetings since you've been in. I can't remember, quite frankly. when the last time, I know we had a date issue the last time we called this case, but if you could just maybe walk us through, I know, and I'm going from memory, I believe there was an issue with some fencing. Was that problem corrected?
The fencing problem hasn't been corrected. I would like to know which,
Yeah, so that's actually not, it's separate to this. So right now, Lowe's is actually in the process of getting a contractor to get that fence installed. But there will be a fence installed, and it's been in conjunction with Town Hall and then the condo association. So we're all on this, we're on an email
Group chat?
group chat, if you will. But yeah, not at all. But
So the fence is the responsibility of Lowe's?
it's actually
Or
it's
all the
actually-
condoed-
It's actually a decent. It's not just Lowe's.
Okay, so it's all four condoed people that are there?
I don't know how it's split up. I'm
Okay.
not gonna. But we're.
But it's
we're,
not this applicant?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay. And I'll save my questions. I think I had some additional ones about kind of where some of the things were at on the property, but I'll turn it over to the board, and I'll
Sure.
save mine for the end if they don't get asked. So I'll start with you, Becky.
Okay.
Sorry, this is really hard to.
I know.
It's
Can
not.
you
It's
blow
not.
it
It's
out?
really
Can't
faint.
zoom into on it, I
Yeah,
guess.
even if I zoom in, I mean, then we'll. I mean, you can. It's just quite faint.
I can come
Well,
up there.
well, I'd rather you not, because then we lose you
You
on
lose
the
the voice,
cable
okay.
broadcast. But bottom line is, I think there's the two trailers, and those are the locations of them, correct?
Correct.
It's
Okay.
This one and this.
And that's what the ask is, board members. The ask is, do we want to allow these two storage containers to be allowed to be there more than 180 days? I think the ask is to have them year-round, correct?
Correct. And those, just to clarify, because you can't really see it through the picture, they are behind the office building. They're
Yep.
not visible to anybody except the tenants in the building.
Those are behind the office building?
So.
Yeah, so
yeah,
if
yeah.
you look at the office building, the way, if you come
So-
in from the street, they're to the left side, which would be the back of the office building, and the only
Look
person.
like they're in the middle of the parking lot. All right.
No,
Okay.
what's that?
A
But
laser,
can-
it won't work. We can try it.
If you
Usually, it
could-
typically
if you
doesn't.
come and point and
doesn't
then-
work on the screen,
yeah.
but try it. No, I would try it, but depending upon the screen, yeah, some screens it works and some it doesn't.
So this is the office building here, this is how you come in from the main street, and these parking spaces are behind the office building.
Yes.
Okay.
So here,
So the area with Lowe's is back to this side, this would be our office building, this is our trash area, and this would be there's a car dealership here. This is between us and the car dealership, and there's all buffer of trees in that area.
And fencing, I believe, too, correct?
The fencing needs to be fixed.
That's where it's broken, yes. Okay. If I could have you back at the mic. Becky, questions?
Okay, so I was there today. I did see some trailers back there and contractors backing up vehicles with trailers on them. So through you, Mr. Chair, are we gonna, is that gonna be allowed, all of that?
so those are, so because they have offices in, because those landscaping companies have offices in the building, they are allowed to park their vehicles with trailers in this parking lot. That is allowed, yes, that is already allowed, period.
Okay, okay,
Regardless of what happens this evening.
okay, all right. And then what about the boat that's back there?
The boat is a tenant that's been in the building, programmable devices. The gentleman's name is John Punchniak. He's been there for over 20 years, and he needed a place to park his boat till December 1st because it's going to be shrink wrap and left at the marina. But he just has one more week with the boat, and then it has to be taken out.
Okay. And where all the buses are and everything, is that your property?
That is, and that, I had no idea that property belonged to us until I came to the last meeting. That's where the homeless encampment was, if you will. So I took a bus company, it's a transportation company, they're a tenant of ours. I let them park 4 big buses over there to deter from anything else from parking over there. I think it works out well. I talked to the neighbors, they actually liked it, and I have all the small vans that park around the water to try to deter any of the people from.
There were a lot of buses there.
Yeah, there's
today.
four big ones that take 2 spaces. Actually, that's one company, another company has 3, and then all the little ones are vans. That's transportation company too, they all rent from me.
Okay, thank you.
Corinne?
My question is actually, my first one is to the planning director. May I
Yeah,
ask
sure,
him?
go ahead.
Do we have to like renotice this since it's not, what they're asking for isn't what is listed in the advertisement?
No, so luckily, because their ask is getting more restrictive, we don't have to renotice this. It doesn't need to be re-advertised because of that reason. So you can always, whatever you ask for, whatever the legal description is here, you can always, so that's why we can still move forward tonight, is because they're asking for something less than the original ask. If they're asking for anything more, basically the hearing is over, and we would have to re-advertise because you can't give the relief that they're asking for. But you can always give a portion of a relief that they're asking for, which is what they're asking.
Okay,
And just to be clear, Corinne, they're here under request of special permit.
right, for the storage containers, correct?
And the one piece of it was for a contractor's storage yard, which he's now saying he's going to withdraw, and the request is just for storage containers.
Just the
Okay.
containers, yep.
Okay, now, with regard to the storage containers, how many tenants do you have that will be using these storage containers?
2. One, the bigger storage container is for ProScape landscaping, and the smaller one is for Clean Freak. But just 2 tenants use those.
Okay. Okay. So if these tenants move out, what happens to those storage containers? Would they go away?
They'll go with them because they belong to them.
Okay.
But not, oh, hold on now. Because if we issue a special permit, this
Right.
stays with the property.
No, it's not a variance.
Variances would stay with
So
the property,
this-
special
so
permit, they're
it will go
conditional, yeah,
away.
they're conditional use permits, so you could say when they're done. But, I mean, it sounds like it's
Well, see,
naturally, yeah.
but here's the problem. The person that is requesting them is the property owner, not the tenants. So as long as they own the property, they can have those
Yes.
units there. They
I
can
would
have
say,
the storage
I would
units
say
there.
that
Current
you
owner,
are,
yeah.
yeah, so, correct, so I agree. If let's say these 2 tenants move out, you are still giving him the right to put 2 containers in the same same location, the same size, whatever it is he's asking for now. The owner can keep operating those whether or not those tenants are there or not. So you would be giving him that permission, yes.
Can we condition it on the tenants that are there now? If,
That's up to our applicant.
well,
That's fine with me.
it's up to us whether we want to give it to
Right,
them,
that's
is what
right.
I'm saying. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Corinne. Ken?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just had a question about the fence, which we've resolved that. That's in the works.
Well, it sounds like these are there's a whole other very large issue about a perimeter fence that's going to stop people from essentially destroying this wetland
Right.
with trash. There was another small issue, I guess, on specifically on your property where there's a hole or something,
Correct.
that's unrelated to that. So I don't,
That is unrelated, okay, that's what I was
So,
getting
and
at.
you said you're going to have that fixed?
If you would like a fence there, I'll put a fence there.
Well, I think, oh, sorry, go ahead. Ken.
Well, I think there's a
There is
fence
one
there,
there.
but it's
There's,
kind of
there's
destroyed.
one there that's pretty beat up.
Right.
I was planning on just getting rid of it, but if you'd like another one installed, I will install one.
I think it's probably a good idea.
That's no problem,
And you said you have a handle on the trash situation?
100%.
No other questions, thanks.
Thank you, Ken. Ken J.
So you have the long gray box, trailer box that's like 45 feet
Correct.
long, and then the other one is the smaller one with M1?
Yes.
Okay. What about that box truck, unregistered box truck that is still there on the property?
I had it towed, and I found out that it belonged to a tenant. I had to bring it back. So a tenant does have it. If you want it off the property because it's unregistered, I have no problem towing it out of there again.
Well, it's
I put it
it's
back
against the
because-
law. I
It's
mean,
against the law, right?
It's unregistered, so it really can't be there unless you have permission from the police chief. And then that's only like 30 days at a whack.
I have no
think.
problem towing it out of there tomorrow. I'll just tell them that that was what I
Or
was ordered
condition
by
to
the town.
remove the box truck.
Yeah, well, it has
This is
to
the
be
box
removed.
truck
Well,
that's
yeah, I
on the,
wouldn't-
it's on the other side of the
Put that as a
building.
condition. He's gotta remove
He
it.
has
It's
to,
the
yeah.
law.
No problem, I'll have it taken out.
Okay. Yeah, I have no other questions.
Thank you. Chris?
My only question was for the fence, and we've already covered that, so I'm all set. Thank you.
Okay, can I ask a question on the fence? Is there a certain fence that you want there? I know the last time you
Well-
wanted.
I think, sorry, I think that it makes the most sense if you're talking about fencing of any kind to coordinate.
Through the planning department.
Well, yes, because we already have a whole fencing plan going, and that if I would say that we
Well,
will
let's
try to
say
continue
it this
that.
way. So it sounds to me, and Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, that not just Lowe's, but, the four, I think it's four significant tenants correct on this property, Brian? 153? It's four significant tenants. There's the
It's-
Lowe's, there's this office building, there's Group One.
Yeah, and then one, yeah, correct, four.
And the restaurant out in the front.
And there actually might even be one more.
Okay, so whatever the amount of tenants are, it sounds like there's a plan in the works through our planning department to come up with some type of perimeter fencing. Sounds like the fence that we all see, that I've seen, and that Ken was asking about, and I think Chris was also going to ask about, is particularly behind your building, and it's damaged right
Yes.
now and has a hole in it. So I think our initial ask was, well, geez, we want that corrected. I think, to Brian's point, Mrs. Zakelli's point, I would like to say, hey, you fix that, but it might be counterproductive to the whole campus fence that's trying to be put in, it sounds like, if I'm saying this right, Brian. So I would say the board's ask, if you're granted, would be to work in conjunction with the planning department on a fence plan that either A, removes that or fixes it.
Whatever
How
the
about
wish,
that?
whatever the wish of the planning
Okay.
department is.
And, I am not comfortable at all with issuing a blank check on these storage containers. So I would want defined sizes, and that's not saying I'm going to grant it, but to just call a storage container, I think this board's learned, and probably the hard way in the past, that storage containers come in many shapes and sizes. So do you know the actual sizes of the two trailers you're asking for, or storage containers?
One is 45 by 8, the other is 30 by 8.
45 by 8 and 30 by 8. So you'll take in condition that these would be the only size storage containers if granted.
Correct.
And then I think someone asked this, but you would also take a condition to have the boat removed by December 1st?
Absolutely.
Okay, which is only a week from now.
Yep.
Okay.
In the box.
And the box truck removed. And these would all be conditions. And then, I think just to understand the shared spaces with the transportation companies. So there's multiple transportation companies, and those parking spots where they're parking are allotted to your piece of this condoed piece of property at 153 Andover.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And I don't believe I have any other questions. So at this point, board members, any additional questions? If not, I'll open this up to the public, and we're here on 153 Andover Street. If anyone would like to be heard or make a comment. If there's anyone online, Brian, no. I do not see anybody in the public here. So, board members, we'll come back and we will deliberate on this. This is for 153 Andover. Becky?
I would approve this with the conditions that we talked about, that there be no more than two trailers, one 45 feet by 8 feet, the other 30 feet by 8 feet. I would like to see those identified to specific tenants, and if those tenants leave, that the trailers leave. That the unregistered box truck be removed this week, let's say. That the boat be removed by 12/1, and that the fence be repaired. That's what I have.
Thanks, Becky. And just before I go on to you, Corinne, Mr. Cogliano, the request to just add to make sure that you're clear is that these storage containers, upon departure of is it two separate contractors that use them? So one uses one and one uses the other?
Correct.
Upon their departure or end of lease, that these containers would then go away? So
That's
you're
fine.
clear on that? Okay, thank you. Corinne?
I would vote for this if we have the conditions, as Becky just stated. So we need to know who owns the 45 by 8, which tenant, and which one owns the 30 by 8. And when they vacate, so obviously they probably wouldn't vacate at the same time. So whoever vacates first, theirs is removed within 30 days. Whoever vacates second, theirs is removed within 30 days. And then there's no storage containers back there,
Correct.
together with the other conditions.
Thanks, Corinne. Ken?
I will vote for this with those conditions.
Thanks, Ken. Ken J.
I'm in favor with those same conditions. Thanks.
And Chris?
In favor as well with the conditions that have been set forth.
All right, and Becky's an alternate on the case, so Mr. I want to make sure I'm saying your name.
Cogliano.
Cogliano, thank you. I am going to be the stick in the mud here. I am not in favor of this. I think our bylaw is pretty clear, 180 days. And I don't see a reason to grant this, quite frankly. But you do have the votes, so it will pass. But I just think if we're going to start to change this in our town, then I think that's something that should go through town meeting, and I'm not comfortable with granting this. So with that said, board members, can I get a motion, please?
Can you get the specific tenants and the?
And we're going to need all those conditions.
We need the specific tenants, though. So who owns the 45 by 8?
Proscape Landscaping,
Proscape Landscaping?
yes.
And who owns the 30 by 8?
Clean Freak,
Clean Freak.
Clean Freak.
You want to ask when their leases are up?
You don't know when their leases are up, do you? Well, because they'll probably renew them,
Oh,
right? I mean,
Proscape definitely, Clean Freak to be determined.
okay. Doesn't matter. I mean, we can leave it, I guess, open-ended. When they vacate, they have to remove them.
Yeah.
I can forward the board a copy of the lease too, if you'd like.
Well, you can send it into the planning department.
Okay.
Corinne, are you my motion person?
I will, I'm just,
You got all that?
Got it.
I'm trying to make
A
sure I
lot to
have it all. I'm going to
digest.
list these in conditions at the end. Motion to grant a special permit for 2 storage containers to be placed on the property for more than 180 days, and that adjacent properties would not be adversely impacted. The proposal would not be detrimental to the public good and would not substantially deviate from the intent or purpose of the bylaw, with conditions attached. 1, the box car shall be removed from the property by December 1st.
Box truck, I believe.
I'm sorry, box
Yep.
truck.
Yep.
Shall be removed from the property by December 1st, 2025. The recreational boat will be removed from the property by December 1st, 2025. And that the 2 storage containers that are on the property now, one is 45 by 8, and it is rented, the unit is rented by Proscape Landscaping. The other storage container is 30 by 8, and it is
I
rented
think
by.
they're owned by.
I mean, owned by Clean Freak, is that an LLC?
Yes.
Clean Freak LLC, Upon termination of their lease and before vacating the premises, the storage containers shall be removed.
And one more condition, which would be the fence to work with the planning department on replacement or repair.
And the applicant agrees to work with the planning department to replace and restore the fence at the perimeter of the property? Is that correct? Is
Yeah,
that the
that
fence
sounds
at the
right.
perimeter?
That sounds
Some
good.
fen-
Yeah. Okay, I've got a motion. Could I get a second, please?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. The motion passes, and good luck. I hope it works out.
Thank you.
Thanks
Happy
for all the
holidays
work
to you.
there. I almost did it. I almost did it again. I almost threw out my homework. Mr. Clerk, if we could go on to our first case.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our next case is 3 Laurine Road. This is R2 zoned. Request a special permit under Section 9.2 of the zoning bylaw in order to build a conforming extended family living area on a lot which is non-conforming due to size, where 20,000 square feet is required and 9,640 square feet is supplied. Request is made by Scott Harris, care of John Parsons, docket 25-5125.
Is anybody here on 3 Laurine Road?
That's,
I guess not.
and no one's online either. It's a
Okay,
little surprise.
actually, Mr. Zakelli, I guess we can continue this to our next meeting, but before we do, and I'm just trying to understand, if I could ask you a question, which is, I don't understand how any work's going on at this property. Because it is a non-conforming, and I would think that requires anything being done to it to come before this board. Is that right?
No, so if a property is non-conforming, then the only thing that's non-conforming is the frontage or the square footage. You can build a conforming addition by right. So that's what they're doing. So they are building a conforming addition, meaning within their within their setbacks.
So if it's only lot size and frontage, is that what you said?
Yeah, if you build a conforming addition, it's as soon as when you're non-conforming due to a setback issue is when you have to come to the board.
Okay.
But you can build a conforming.
So they came in and pulled a permit for this addition, and that's what we're seeing?
Right, they wanted to get the foundation in before winter, and if they didn't get the or basically, if they didn't get the kitchen, but they wanted to basically get it in, they had the time and resources to do it, and they wanted to do it. So, no funny business, they're doing it, they're trying to get the EFLA. If they don't get the EFLA, then they don't get that kitchen, but they still can obviously create living space.
And
But I don't know why they're not here.
All right, so there's no correspondence to say they...
I was assuming they were gonna be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, board members, I
We
guess...
can always swing back around.
Yeah, we can swing back.
Yeah,
go to
and
the
if
next
not,
one, then come back.
we'll continue it
Call
to
it one
our
more time.
December 1st meeting.
Okay.
Okay, with that said, Mr. Clerk, on to our next.
Our next case is 22 Burley Farm Road. This is R2 zone. Request a special permit under Section 9.2 of the zoning bylaw in order to build an oversized, over 750 square feet EFLA on a lot which is non-conforming due to the front and side setbacks as well as size, where 20,000 square feet is required and 18,117 square feet is supplied. The applicant also requests a finding for the side setback encroachment at 13.1 feet, where 15 feet is required. Request is made by Ralph and Tracy Calitri, care of William Nolan, docket 25-5127.
Good evening. You look familiar to me.
Good evening. For the record, Bill Nolan, Savoy Nolan Architects. Do we have the plans?
Yep, just a sec.
Our computer moves a little slow.
Yeah, I'm right there with it. So while he's pulling it up, I can do the introductions. So I already introduced myself. I'm here representing Ralph and Tracy Cletry. They're in the audience here. And their son, who's not. He's part of this process. So they've recently purchased Ralph's parents' house at 22 Burley Road and plan to do a renovation and move in after. The renovation's largely an interior renovation, small addition that's conforming, and not the reason why we're here tonight. In addition to their renovation, they are looking to put an EFLA for their son Peter in the back of the house. We're asking for a slightly oversized EFLA with regards to the square footage, and it's also on a part of the property that's already non-conforming with the side setback. We're looking to put it on that side of the property that has a non-conforming side setback. We're not making the side setback any worse than it currently is. Okay, so now you've got the plans up. This is the existing conditions plan. Yeah, this is the basement of the existing condition, of the existing house. And what we're looking to do is, it's an existing 5-bedroom house, and the garage, the EFLA is going to go behind the garage, which is at the top left corner of the screen. If you could go to the next slide. This is the existing house. You can see the 2 top bedrooms there. We're going to be looking to make use of that space. Ralph and Tracy don't need 5 bedrooms in the house, so that's actually going to form part of what we're doing for the EFLA, if granted. You can move on to the existing photos. That's a stop from Burley Street, the front facade. Sorry? Burley Road, Burley Farm Road, sorry. I used to live on Burley Street. Burley Farm Road. Next. So this is the driveway side, and you can see the garage is at the lower level. I just wanted to point out, because it's one of the reasons why we're asking for slightly oversized, is that the existing main floor is about a full story up from the back of the house. So you can see the garage there, and then above it is that right bedroom. All the way to the end is that right bedroom that's going to be incorporated into the EFLA and become the kitchen. Next slide, please. And that's the back of the house, and that's where we're looking to extend out. Keep going. Another shot, go ahead. Okay, here's the site plan here. You can see the slightly hatched area, lightly shaded area. That's the proposed EFLA. You can see the shape of the lot. Knife points away from the street facade. So that's really the only place that we could add this and connect it back to the building. We did try to. The original plan was to come out straight off the back. But I thought that was going to make the existing side setback greater than what it currently exists there. So I recommended that we pull it back. There's about a 2-foot offset, 3-foot offset in the back. That brings our closest property foundation wall to just over 13 feet from the existing property line. I just want to make a note too, that number on there is to the wall, and I know in Danvers, this was my fault. I forgot that Danvers uses the eaves as their dimension. We're proposing a standard 1-foot eave on this to kind of match the addition. So that number would actually be 12, which is still under.
12-foot one.
Yeah, 12-foot one. That number referenced on the plan is to the foundation or to the wall. But to the eave with a 1-foot eave would still be under the existing side setback of 10.8.
Okay.
And if you keep going. Okay, so this is the basement plan of the proposed. So because I mentioned in the photograph how we're matching. We're using some existing square footage from the existing building, which is on the existing first floor. So now we need to match that, and that puts our building up about a full story up from grade at that point. So just by byproduct, we're going to end up with the basement in that space, just because it's just the way that it is. So we're proposing to open that up to the existing garage and use that as a shared space. So this would be the foundation for the new EFLA, and as a result of the height elevations, we're going to end up with a basement space down there. They weren't really looking for it, but again, it's part of the deal. Okay, and the proposed plan here, there's the renovation plan. So if you want to look at their house, again, we're not here for that, but the small little addition where the existing porch in front of the kitchen or towards the rear of the kitchen, that's an existing an existing covered porch that we're going to enclose, extend out a little bit, and create a sunroom. That's really the only addition on the proper house. And again, it's by right. But I wanted to focus on the hatched area, which is the EFLA. So the two rooms, the one bedroom to the left there is the exact same bedroom. We're not proposing to make any changes there other than the laundry closet. The other bedroom to the right is going to be converted into the proposed kitchen, and the addition that we're proposing, which is roughly 314 square feet, is going to contain a pretty modest living room and a split entry. And here's the two reasons why we're asking for 50 square feet over the required 750. Is one, we're making use of existing structure in their house, and that defines the bedroom size without us changing it, and to some extent the kitchen size, where if this was a brand new addition that we were attaching on the back of it, we'd have a little bit more control. We could make the kitchen and bedroom a little bit smaller and still provide a decent amount of living area. But the bigger one is the height difference. We have a full story that we need to get from grade at that point up. And some of the earlier proposals, we had an exterior staircase that was basically a full set of stairs on the outside, and the Cleatries weren't too happy about that. And what we decided on as a good compromise is a split entry, where we'd have a couple stairs outside, you'd enter into a landing, and then you could go up into the new EFLA. And that's the other reason why that landing area that we created to create that split entry is about 60 square feet, which is 10 square feet over the additional square footage that we're asking for. So we thought it was a good case for it. The split entry will you'll walk up into there's a driveway, a set of stairs, and then a small little plinth. The other thing too is that there's not a lot of area on that plinth to create a stair. So, putting a large staircase up there is just going to make things tight. There's also a grapevine that Ralph's father planted, so there's some sentimental value to maintaining that.
Okay.
So you'd walk up into a few stairs up into a landing. There would be a coat closet and then an interior stair to get Peter up to his space. And then there's also a staircase down to the basement. The basement is intended to be unfinished, unheated, just shared common space between the garage and this entry here. Again, the bedroom stays the same, and then the other bedroom is going to be converted into a small kitchen. And then there's one other common area that you can see in the corridor separating the proper house with the EFLA. There's a small little vestibule there that's common area. And we did that so that by accident, one couldn't just open up a door and walk into the space without. So there's a little bit of privacy there. You have to go through two doors. That's a lot more intentional to get it. So it also fulfills the requirement of having some common space. We have interior common space upstairs and common space downstairs with the garage, the basement. With that, I have some pictures of what the addition will look like. It's pretty modest. You can keep going. That's just the front, really nothing there, but you can see here the extension. You can see the little plinth that the addition is going to be built up on. And the next one. These are just the elevations. You can see on that bottom image the extension that we're proposing. And I think we have 2 more elevations, and that pretty much wraps up my, my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nolan. And just to get a clarification before I send it out to the board, so on page...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're also in receipt of some neighbors. We have 3 neighbors that are signed a letter of support.
Yeah, if you want to give
which-
them in, we'll read it into the record. Thanks, Bill. My question is, and on your proposed basement plan, you have a square footage chart there,
Yep,
and it says proposed 630 square feet, and you're asking for over 750, so, and I know you referenced this 60 extra square feet due to an entrance area. So just, I guess, clear that up for the board. I don't
yeah.
understand.
We didn't count the basement for the garage because it's shared. It's opened up to the garage, so they're sharing it. So I don't believe that that's counted against the EFLA.
So it's,
You have 2 different numbers.
Yeah, you
You're
have-
asking for 800, but you only put in 660, so is it 800?
630 in your
is it
plan
800
here,
or
but you're
630?
referencing 800. So I'm trying to understand, is this over 750 or is it under?
Yeah, it's 800. So the upper level plan, it's 800 square feet on the first floor. I'm not counting the basement, or I'm not counting that small little vestibule.
So this chart that says 315 for first floor is in error?
It's possible. Let me just,
It's this page here.
It's listed here, too.
So I just, I think some math, I'm just, if it's not an oversized EFLA, then we don't need to give you relief
no,
there,
it
right?
is. It's 800 square feet.
It's an 800 square foot EFLA. Okay,
Okay, so
Okay, so the basement, so you're looking under the proposed,
yes.
here,
Um,
so
I see 315 basement, I see first floor 315.
Yeah.
For a
So-
total of 630.
yeah, that should have been actually removed from this. These plans are the schematic plans that we use to.
All right, so,
come up.
so disregard this
Yeah,
chart.
you can disregard that.
But
The EFLA
the
is,
ask is for 800 square feet, and that does not include the basement.
what that is the addition is 315 square feet.
Yep.
So basement addition, top addition, we've added effectively 630 square feet to their house with this move, but this isn't really applicable to this conversation. This conversation is allowing us to do an EFLA on a non-conforming lot with a non-conforming side yard situation and the EFLA, when you count in the additional square footage from the existing house, totals 800.
Okay, so if
That
I were
make
to
sense?
draw a box around what you highlighted on the floor plan, that is 800 square feet. of
Correct.
living
The
space.
hatched area is 800.
Very good, that's all I wanted to know. And I'll open it up for questions. We'll start with you, Chris.
No questions, thank you.
And Ken J.
Mr. Chairman, can I ask, Mr. Zakelli?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Mr. Zakelli, so, can shared space be an unfinished, so a non-living area in the basement?
it has to be habitable.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's unfinished, so it's not
So,
counted
yeah,
as living.
so that does
space.
not count towards a common area.
Right.
Okay,
He's
so-
showing the second common area.
Yeah, so
Yep.
can you explain the common area upstairs?
Yeah, so there's
Thank you.
there's a door that connects the 2 spaces, and rather than having a single door, so that, again, they can walk in uninadvertently walk in to each one, we created a vestibule there, so there's a set of 2 doors. So there's a conscious effort of opening one door, knocking, and coming in. And it's small, but it is shared.
So it's typically, so this is a hallway, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So that's typically not what the shared space is, like, that's not the intention of the shared space.
Okay, there's not a lot of definitions on what the shared space is, but good,
True.
yeah.
But it might even say not a hallway.
Oh.
But I would say that we typically, the standard that we use is mudroom, laundry room,
Mudrooms,
places
yeah.
where people have to go to where where it actually
Commonly.
is shared communal habitable space. Where this is, from what it sounds like you're saying, the reason for it is for the exact opposite, meaning it's for privacy.
All right, well,
Yeah.
your question was answered, correct?
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
And do you have additional questions?
No, I do not. That's it.
Okay. Ken?
I really don't have any questions. The tenant for the EFLA will park in the back of the building?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. I don't have any other questions.
Thank you. Corinne?
I just have a couple. If you look at the new plan, in between bedroom 3 and bedroom 4, which is in the EFLA.
Yep.
There is the washer and dryer. Is that used by both the people in the main home and the EFLA? Because if it is, then, and if people, like, say someone coming out of bedroom 3 or bedroom 2, walk down the hall to where the washer and dryer is, it looks like everybody uses that same space.
Yeah. So they have a larger laundry room downstairs in their basement, but in part of our design process, we were trying to get laundry upstairs and just didn't have enough space to do it. So they will likely be using this from time to time because it's a lot more convenient.
Okay, but
Sorry, I'm sorry, there is another, it's a little hard, there's another washer dryer right across from bedroom 3.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right. That's where we did.
So
We
there
put
is
it
a
in there.
washer dryer, it's right,
The intent of that was
right
not.
there.
Yeah.
oh, I see, I
Yeah.
see.
And the intent was really for Peter to have his own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see the washer and dryer there. And just, I want to confirm a couple things about the outside. So in the original building, you have this porch that runs like along the side there, and it looks like from the drawings, that's going to be removed, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Part of it, there is a part that's going to stay to the, on the right on the page. You can see the gable coming off. That's the addition that we're doing. We're enclosing the existing deck. It's actually coming out a little bit. But to the left of that on that image, there's still part of the open deck for the balcony.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not going to look like this.
It's gonna be like half of
It will
that.
look like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Becky?
I just have a question about the driveway. Is it a shared driveway or how?
No, it's not a shared driveway, but they do
It seems
connect.
kind of odd, the
Yeah.
way that,
They connect because it's so close, but it's not technically a shared
oh,
driveway.
okay, okay, all right. You get along with the neighbors,
Yeah.
okay,
From the neighbors before and this time too.
okay.
It's like backing in
It's very wide, yeah, okay. That's all I have.
Yeah, Bill, I have the same question as Ken J here. I think, I think this plan looks okay, but I just don't really see a shared area that would, I think this board would feel comfortable as a shared area. So
Yeah.
I understand the intent of wanting to have separate laundry rooms, but, we can't count the basement as a shared space, and we really can't count the hallway.
So
So.
those regulations are made to prevent this turning into a second family, right, on a
Oh,
house,
well, an apartment
an apartment,
of
exactly,
a
yeah.
non-relative, right.
Right, which is pretty, I mean, we could remove the second door there and just have a connection between there, the two units. I think this is a clear example of, we actually talked about doing an ADU for the new regulations.
I saw that on one of the plans, yeah.
Yeah, that was,
But that would require separate utilities and all that,
But even
right?
beyond that, I was still saying that, you should strongly consider it because it makes the property more valuable, but that's
Sure.
not what they want to do. They want to move their son in there and have their son live with them,
Sure.
provide, at least until he gets his, starts a family or something. So this is, I think, a pretty obvious example of them not trying to make an apartment on there. Whatever we can do to assure the board that it is the true intention.
Well, I'm
is
just
for
wondering,
enough-
is there a way that we can make a shared laundry room there?
I think he meets the,
Sorry?
excuse me, but if you read that, I think he meets that, what the language of the zoning is.
Let me change glasses. It's far away over there, Becky.
Need some
mean-
bifocals.
Far away.
Look at D.
Page 45 of the PDF.
And
but-
internal
so,
access and
around-
circulation from
yeah,
the primary
45.
communal shared habitable space. Well,
Sorry.
I
Pretty
think that's
generic.
it's still up for
36.
interpretation, right?
36.
I'm in the right spot.
Well, I would say it is up for interpretation. I would say that the way that this board and the boards before it have interpreted it has been some type of,
Mud room, laundry room.
whatever, just a space that you have to go through to kind of live your life. Meaning that it's like a garage can't count, but it's typically that, mudroom, laundry room, something.
Well, I guess it's more of a comment, Bill, but I'm not comfortable with the second door, and I'm certainly not comfortable with this as a shared
We can
space.
definitely take out this, that was something that I thought was good for
Sure.
them. I don't think they care one way or the other.
It's going in the right
Well, and
direction.
again, with it family, I
Yeah. So
get
we
wanting
could definitely
privacy, but,
remove that door.
it goes against the spirit, I guess, of the EFLA.
All right.
All right, well, with that said, I don't have any additional questions. Are there any additional from the board?
I have one question.
Yeah, sure.
And I hesitate to even say this because it might be a little bit of a loophole, but if we were to finish the basement downstairs and turn that into a room that was shared, it
Well,
meets all the requirements for having.
Again,
a space.
that you're
That's
upping
not
your
a loop-
size.
That's not a loophole, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you get into the oversized
Yeah,
business.
you're well over the 750 at that point,
No,
right?
because it's
Well,
shared.
none of the, sorry, none of the
That's
communal space counts, so it's,
Oh.
sorry, I know it sounds like we're bumbling here, but ADU regs are different from EFLA regs, and so in ADUs, they do count that as part of it, but EFLA.
Correct.
He's correct in that communal space don't. We have, or this board has
we've
done
granted.
several where it's like a living room, it's just like a shared living room, which is exactly kind of,
TV room, family
yeah,
room.
where both have access to, and it was great for everybody.
Well, I guess explain that to me. So how would Unit 1 get to that basement from their unit? They would go through
They'd
the
have to go through the
garage?
garage or through the EFLA,
Yeah.
but
Well, I'm just one person on this board, so we'll see how it goes. I guess, Mr. Clerk, if we could read in the letter of support.
for the record, though, we don't want to do that. I was kind of just making a point.
Yeah, no,
that
understood.
It doesn't materially
Again,
change what we're trying
to
to do.
Mrs. Kelly's
Yeah.
point, in the past, I would say 95% of our EFLA applications have had a shared mudroom, a shared laundry room, and that was kind of maybe an unwritten rule by this board that that's what we expect to see on an EFLA plan.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mr. Clerk.
Before I read this, Mr. Nolan, so this letter says ADU, which is not correct. We're going EFLA, all right? And do we know these names of these three people?
They're not
Since I-
printed.
I can't read what their name is.
First one is,
If you could, sir, if you're going to be heard, please come to the mic and
It's
identify
like a
yourself.
Donald Cody or something?
I can't remember his name.
Donald Cody or Daniel?
Control, I think it is.
Daniel Cody?
Are they neighbors?
Don Cottrell,
Please introduce yourself.
Ralph Calitri, 14 Broad Street, moving to 22 Burley Farm Road.
Thank you, Mr.
Petro. Geraldine,
Masterson,
Like CSI detectives up here.
and Megan
White.
White.
Okay,
So they're both sides of the house and
Okay.
across the street.
very good. Thank you, Mr.
Just so I can
Cleary.
read their names correctly.
Mr. Clerk, if you could read that letter in, please.
Thank you. We're in receipt of a letter. The purpose of this letter is to inform that our neighbors have shared with us the plans to create an EFLA on their property for their son. We understand the project requires a special permit from the Zoning Board of Appeals. We have reviewed all the proposed plans and images and feel that this project will not negatively affect the neighborhood in any way and lend our support to the project. The first one is Donald Cottrell from 1 Mildred Road in Danvers. The second one is Geraldine Masterson from 20 Burley Farm Road in Danvers. And the third is Megan White from 24 Burley Farm Road in Danvers.
Thank you. At this point, I'm going to open it up to the public for public comment, if somebody would like to be heard. Anyone online, Brian? No. Okay. And there's no further questions from, I'll close it at this point. Any further questions from the board? If not, we will deliberate on 22 Burley Farm Road. And I started with you, Chris. What are your thoughts?
I would be voting in favor for this if that second door were to be removed.
Okay. So you're okay with this
Yes, I am.
oversized and into the setback?
Yes, thank you.
Ken J.
I definitely want that to be figured out, the common area, so, I mean, are we talking about this second door?
I think you would remove this door.
So there's still a door there.
Right.
So that's technically, I mean, then that's just a little hallway. So I just think in the spirit of the rule and what we go for usually on this board, that's not really a common area. So I would not be in favor
So you'd
of this
be a no.
unless we come up with a common area.
Thank you, Ken. Ken J. Sorry, Ken Schultz. Sorry.
I'm in favor of this. I mean, I get it. We don't like the fact that that's maybe just, just a hallway. But I think it's a modest, I think it's fine. So I'll vote for this.
Okay, thank you. Corinne?
I agree. Like, I've been looking over the plans, and I really can't find an alternative for you to do here. The basement is a large space, but, it's hard to access it from the EFLA space. I would want that door to be removed. And my guess is the reason why the washer and dryer is upstairs in that bathroom that's across from bedroom 3 is because you don't want to go downstairs to the basement. Is that correct? So you want to eliminate that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I guess if you take that second door out and you have access to the space and to the washer and dryer, whether you use it or whether you use the alternative one, you still have the ability to go in that way. So if you remove that second door, I would vote yes.
Thank you, Corinne. And Becky?
I think this is a reasonable request, and I think that Mr. Nolan tried to design this as best he could to be reasonable on the site. The zoning bylaws say it has to be communal or common space, which a hallway is communal or common space, or shared space, and a hallway is shared space. So I think it meets the guidelines of the zoning unless there's something I'm missing. So
Okay.
I would be in favor.
Well, yeah, again, I go on what we've done in the past. I do agree with Becky and Corinne that, I think a lot of thought was put into the plan. I'm not certain I really like this hallway as a shared space, but I guess loosely defined, it will suffice in this case. I would want the second door removed. And with that said, I would vote in favor of it. So you do have the votes to get the special permit for an oversize and an adjustment to the setback of 12.1, not 13.1. And I believe an oversize, did we total it at 810 square feet or 800?
It is, I technically, I did, preparing for this meeting, I looked at it, and I think it's actually 804 square feet, but I was just gonna
Okay,
pull it back.
we'll say no more than 805 square feet.
Sure.
And with that said, board members, could I get a motion, please?
I make a motion to grant a special permit under section 9.2 in order to build an extended family living area, EFLA, on a lot which is nonconforming due to front and side setbacks as well as size, where 20,000 square feet is required and 18,117 square feet is supplied, and that the exterior appearance of the structure is not substantially changing. The structure remains residential in nature. Adjacent properties would not be adversely impacted. The proposal would not be detrimental to the public good and would not be substantially deviant from the intent and purpose of the bylaw. And one condition is that the size of the EFLA not to exceed 805 square feet.
And the door.
In the door.
Oh, and
The
the
removal.
second condition, the removal of the second door.
So just a point of clarification, if you could go back to the proposed plan. So we're doing the bottom door.
Correct.
Correct.
Good.
And, Mr. Nolan, just one other point of reference. You are aware this application will require a
Finding
storm
too.
water permit.
Sorry?
It'll require a storm water permit?
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, that's from town engineering,
Okay.
so,
Any special permits require, residential, commercial, any special permits require stormwater permit.
Okay.
all right, so I just want to make you aware of that.
Oh, permit.
Permit,
Okay,
yes.
sorry. I was thinking management plan.
No, no.
That's
I
different.
don't
Yeah,
think so.
it's way different. My heart
Okay.
dropped there for a minute.
I've got a motion.
I'll second.
I've got a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Very good. It passes, and good luck with the
Well, no,
project.
no, we have to do the finding.
Oh, we got to
now.
find it.
Yeah.
Not out of it yet.
I make a motion to issue a finding under Table 2 for side setback encroachment for a proposed addition that will be 12.1 feet from the property line where 15 is required, and that the proposed extension, alteration of the use is not substantially more detrimental than the existing structure to the neighborhood.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
All right, now I can tell you, good luck with your project.
Thank you.
Yes,
Good luck, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, Mr. Zakelli, it does not look like our other applicant is present.
No, let me just do one more double check.
One more
I've been-
sweep
I've
on
been
the email.
checking throughout the
It's
meeting.
not Miss Polcari. See, I'm starting to remember your name from the minutes, so you're getting to be like Mr. Bradstreet.
It's a compliment.
That's a good
good
thing.
thing.
That's a good thing.
That's a good
So
thing.
no,
He's a great
no
guy.
voicemails. I
Okay.
get voicemails emailed to me, so there's
So-
no voicemails from the applicant and no emails either.
I
So-
guess, so from the board, we would ask the planning department to reach out to the applicant at 3 Laurine and ask if they could come to next week's meeting, and we will continue this till December 1st.
December
Does that sound
1st.
okay?
Yep.
Should we make a motion, though, to continue?
We're gonna make
Yeah,
a
you
motion
do.
to continue this case, 3 Lorraine Road.
I make a motion, we continue 3 Laurine Road to our December 1st meeting.
I've got a motion to continue this to December 1st. Can I get a second, please?
I second.
I've got a second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Very good. And can I get a motion to close the meeting?
Adjourned, motion adjourn a meeting.
A second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Good night, Danvers.